Hello, everyone. My name is Amadio Abreu. I'm a loan officer here at Impact Loan Fund, and today I'm excited to bring Eliz Oneill. Eliz is an accountant, tax preparer, bookkeeper. She really supports businesses here in Philadelphia and New Jersey, and I'm excited for today's conversation because a lot of businesses in the U.S. are preparing for tax season,
Yeah.
and that time of the year can be very stressful because of all the paperwork and everything. So we wanted to bring in an expert that can speak about some tips and ways that you can prepare for this time of the year. So with no further ado, Elise, thank you so much for being here. And if you don't mind, just share a little bit about you, your background, who you work for, and we'll go right in.
Thank you so much, Amari, for the invitation and Impact for taking the consideration for me to speak with you guys a little bit. My name is Eliz Oneill. I am Dominican.
Yeah.
So I have been working in accounting for the last 19 years or so. I have been working with the tax preparation for the last 10 years, and a lot of what I do, it is work with small businesses like Bodega. I know and I really get the struggle that they have with accounting and all the taxes. It is a lot of setup that they need to do, and I get it. It's a little bit complex, to be honest.
It is, it is. And I think that the good thing about this conversation is that, bodegas is one type of business, but it is everything we're going to be speaking of is applicable to every
Mhm.
other business, really. So, if you're not a bodega owner or restaurant owner,
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
fine. You can still hear this conversation. So, I want to start with what are some of the most common, mistakes, issues that you see when it comes to accounting with the businesses that you work with and come to you for the first time?
To be honest, the things about the small business is that just a little mistake can be like something like kind of complex for them because basically a lot of the business can apply for bodega, whatever kind of store that they are working with, and they must. I believe the big mistake that they make always is to mix personal and business income. And then
Hmm.
in this way, they made the whole process a little more complex because they
Yeah.
start small, and I know that they start with their own money, but in the end of the day, they continue doing the same. Like okay, I am the owner, I can manage all my own, but as much as the business start to grow, everything start to be a little more complex.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. And you don't want to combine personal and business finances. Yeah, no, I used to when I first started that I used to make that mistake. And thankfully I learned over time. So, um, and so can you share with me a little bit more about what are some of the basic things that businesses should keep track of in terms of expenses? Because I feel like a lot of times that is one of the issues is that they don't know, they might not keep a record of what are some of the expenses. And I think there are some expenses that are more common than others. So can you share a little bit more about your
To
perspective
be
on that?
Uh, to be honest, they need to start the day by day. If not, everything starts to look a little more complicated. They need to track the monthly sales. Whatever is this cash, yes,
Hmm.
I am telling you, yes, this account, guys. Don't forget about it.
Yeah.
The car, they should keep the records, the expenses, and how much they pay for rent, utility, supplies, the inventory. It is like very, very important because you need to know what is in, what is out, in order for you to know the numbers. If you have payroll, you need to keep how much are you paying to each employee because all those information are really important for you to know at the end of the year. Or to be honest, every single month you should know if you are really making money, yes or no, because this is the main idea. It is your passion, but needs to be your passion with a little more organization.
Mm. Do you have do you recommend to your businesses that you work with for them to use any particular like software, like accounting software? Is that something that you say, just bring me the information and I'll take care of the accounting for you?
And to be honest, for me, it is more in whatever way they feel more comfortable with. For example, not everyone it is like savvy technology, we can
Yeah.
say that, and they prefer to write it down. And I believe it's something that they just need to the habit. For example, if you are more comfortable to write it down, write it down. If you're more
Yeah.
comfortable with the software, I recommend, for example, QuickBooks Online because it is
Hmm.
pretty cheap and really easy. If those kind of software allow you to take a picture of the receipt, and this way you don't lose them. Another software that is really easy to use, it is Zero and Wait. So for me, whatever software that they decide to use, I am more than willing to teach them how to use it because in the end of the day, we just want them to be organized. If they say, no, it is not my thing to do this kind of job, well, we offer them the bookkeeping every single month. Yeah.
Yeah. How often do the businesses that you work with ask to see their financials? Like do they want to know how the business is going? Is that something that you get asked for, or you just provide it proactively to the businesses?
No, a lot of business actually ask me to look for their numbers, but it is more when they actually try to buy a building, try
Mm,
to get a property, because sometimes the people don't know how important it is to organize their accounting until that they really need it. I had some business that, of course, we had a lot of clients that every month we check and do their bookkeeping. Some of them come every 3 months because some people, to be honest, they are very organized and they don't need their accounting every single month. So every 3 months, there's more than enough.
yeah.
So all depends on the owner on how much time this person have for them to do it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they,
That
they
makes
do, but they do more when they need it.
when they need it, yeah, like when they're looking to do a big purchase. And I think that I think it would be good for businesses. So if you're a business owner watching this, you definitely want to keep track of your finances as often as possible. Like you want to know really exactly how much money you're spending on each different category, how much money is coming in, and if possible, depending on the business, you also want to make sure you know the different sources of revenue you have, right? Because if you sell different products, you sell different services, knowing where your most of your money is coming in from can help you plan better for the future. So if you can, I would suggest do it as often as you can. Don't wait for a big purchase or something to happen in order to get that information. Um, so one of
Sorry.
the
Sorry, to
yeah,
be honest, if they
yeah.
do it every month, they don't need to wait until that they have like kind of big issues or big problem to deal
Mhm.
with it.
Yeah, that would save them a lot of headaches. But one of the things that I'm always intrigued about is businesses that deal with cash, like they get paid by, different customers and they pay using cash instead of a credit card or something like that. So figuring out like how do you tell them to keep track of the cash that they're getting?
And wow, I tell them to deposit in the bank account, to be honest, because it is
Yeah,
impossible for the business owner to keep the record how much that they're making if they just keep them, in their house or in their business, and it is not safe at all.
yeah,
And when you guys, the lenders, I try to find a proof, you need a real proof, no promise. You need them to actually prove it. And they cannot wait until the last minute to do so because you are
yeah,
looking for the history. You are looking for them every month from the last 2 years. So if they wait from the last minute, it don't work like that. You cannot
yeah,
tell me that in the last 3 months you didn't make $60,000 and average shop $60,000 in 3 days in your account. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. That wouldn't make sense. Now, one of the things that I know is that before a business comes to you, they should have some paperwork ready so that when they come to you, the process can be smoother, faster. What are some of the documentation that a business owner has to bring to you when they are having to file taxes and get ready for that?
when they need to file taxes, and it was my pleasure. Had a wonderful day.